Nancy Banigura with me today. For a very long time, we've missed her. The funkiest grandma. Hello, funky grandma. Aha, that's her signature.
Hello, yes. I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, really?
Long time?
Yeah.
Didn't you see me last week? Tell how you did. I'm glad to be here with you again today.
Yeah.
I hope you want to have fun.
And seriously, funky grandma, you don't look like you're looking so pretty. I tell you, you look so good.
No, that's how I look all the time. Even if I'm on the bed, sick bed. I still look
good.
Yeah, sometimes people find it hard to believe that I'm sick.
And that's
my problem. Yes, people find it difficult.
So how would you be able to convince someone that you're not feeling fine? With a smile and happiness.
Yeah, it's true, because sometimes I even wonder about it. You know, you're telling somebody you're not feeling okay, you've not seen me since last week, I've been down. Yes, what are you lying to? What are you trying to pretend to? But I don't know how to do it. You know, that's just me. Yeah, but sometimes someone would like to force me to say something that is wrong. You know, just to please them. You know, but that's me.
So how are you enjoying the holiday? It's the holiday already. Your grandkids are there?
Yeah, so yeah, they have already started theirs with the government. They have not started yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, government have not started.
Why is it the disparity now is just too much? You know, my kids have been at home now for almost 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. They've been on holiday for almost 2 weeks. In fact, this is the second week.
Wow.
You know, back then, those days, it's always the same. Government schools, private schools, always the same.
Most of the times it used to be the same, but they started breaking down, cutting out, and here we are today.
Oh, why is it so? I need to understand this. Is it that we're not following the same curriculum again, or what?
No, it's not. But most of the activities that are done in the private schools, they're not the same with that of the
government schools.
The government schools. So that is one disparity that I've seen that is really eating deep. That we do not have the same background of activities, academic activities, because it used normally it used to be almost the same all through. You know, the same week, the same that, the same everything is done the same. But everybody wants to do their thing now. Everybody wants to do their thing. So no uniformity, and it makes it sound as if serious.
Yeah, this is a very serious problem, I think, because now these children, if it is not the same curriculum, then there's going to be a problem, because some of these children will end up meeting in the same higher institution, and they will be learning the same thing.
Yeah.
So
it has to do with
and the exams they write. I mean, the WAEC, junior WAEC, senior WAEC, it's the same thing for both private school and the government school. So if there's disparity in the curriculum, is there not going to be a problem during the exam? Or
no, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, okay.
You know, but when we're talking about the other problem, getting to the university at the age of this, you can bring that in.
Oh, okay.
You can bring that in.
All right. We're talking about access to justice and promoting women's rights. So joining us on this very crucial topic is the chairman of FIDA, Nigerian Bar Chapter, Mfon Udo, Esquire. And then we have with her also Imo Udoh. She's also Esquire, and she's the chairman NBA Uyo. So together we'll be doing justice to this topic. In fact, today's discussion has a different vibe with it. Women, women at the table like this, you know something great is going to happen. Gentle ladies, since you say you're gender biased, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much,
ma'am. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Grandma.
You don't shut up,
yeah, sharp. Thank you, Grandma. It's good to be here.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start this discussion. You guys are having.
Sorry, excuse me. Just before we do that.
Okay.
Correction.
If I may, you addressed us in borrowed ropes.
Oh.
Yes, please. So I need to get that out of the air before we continue. All right. So I am Mfon Udo, Vice Chairperson of FIDA, Uyo Branch, and she's Imo Udoh, Vice Chairman, Nigerian Bar Association, Uyo Branch. So we are vices. So we like to call ourselves the the group or the company of Vice. You can put the S if you want to.
Nice.
Yes,
I love that. Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's go on for the discussion. You know, when I saw that thing, the flyer, the vendor, you know, I was like, what are they going to sell this time around? But then I now read it and you said you were not selling anything but service. So let me just give this floor to you to introduce us to what exactly is going on.
Okay, hello everyone, good afternoon everyone. On the 1st to the 3rd of August, that's from Friday to Sunday, there's going to be at the Tropicana Mall vendors mega trade fair. Okay. And for the first time, FIDA decided that we were going to be vendors at the trade fair. And just like Nancy is wondering, lots of people are wondering, what are you going to sell? And we are not selling products, this strictly sense. But this time we are going out with a message. So we are going to sell services. And free bono, it's free. It's free services as it were. I don't know whether I should actually call it free legal services. Okay, it's legal services because I mean, FIDA is manned by professional females. But this time we are taking, because one, we are going to the trade fair. Okay. And because of that business environment, there's going to be a lot of women coming in to shop, just to have fun and all of that. So our message this time is not going to be lawyer, crime, like we normally do. But this time we thought it wise that as a society, we've been reactive enough. And so we decided, okay, so we looked around at the vices and crimes in the society. And we're saying, can we be proactive? What are the root causes? Can we deal with some of these root causes? Because sometimes what we see, if you look at the tree, you are seeing the fruit. Now, the fruit is only a product of what is in the ground. Now, so if you are going to change the fruit, it starts by changing the root. Sometimes you might need to cut off that tree. Sometimes you might need to transplant that tree. Sometimes you might need to strengthen that tree with manure and watering. So the thing is, it's not just cutting the mango fruit, right? Now it's underneath, because when you are done with the mango of this season, mango the season after next year, mango is going to come out again. And so you keep repeating the cycle of producing that mango if we don't deal with what is under the ground. Okay, so this led us to say, in our line of duty, aside from going to court, we do a lot of mediations between families, between FIDA. Our objective is protecting and promoting the rights of women and children. So we have a lot of issues on women and children. So the question is, what happened? What is the problem? Before there is the separation, before there is a dissolution, and we are talking about child welfare, these marriages don't just jump from yes I do to no I don't anymore.
Okay, before you go ahead, I would like to get this clear. What actually inspired this, coming on like a vendor thing, opening a show, what they call it, a shade now, out from the norm, because I know the norm is you having your office, sitting in your office and waiting for people to come in there. So something would have inspired this pattern of coming out to the general public, with your what you have to sell, right? Not literally selling now, but also selling. So is it that we have so much domestic violence that inspired this pattern, or what is it exactly that inspired this whole thing?
The conversations we have had with our clients, the people who come to us, it is what has inspired this. We've seen that over time, when these people come and give their stories of what's happening in the homes, we've seen that before it got to the point where there's a total breakdown of peace and order in the home, there were signs. There were signs that you saw that you didn't address before it got to this point. So we're saying before it gets to the point where there's total breakdown of peace and there's conflict, can we tell you these are the signs? These are what to look out for. This is what you will see and know that you're headed down this path. And so before you get to this path, you can curb it. So the mediation, the association with our clients is what has brought us to go to the marketplace. We thought it wise that before now we wait until they come to us with the issues. Now we don't want to wait until these issues arise. We are saying before these issues arise, you can nip it in the bud. Before it grows, you can tame it. So these are what to look out for. This is how you can relate to have a better relationship at home.
Okay. So what are those crises? Because, you know, we're just talking like, I'm sure somebody out there is also confused. What exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about domestic violence? Are we talking about how to curb domestic violence? Are we talking about training our women how to be better wives? What kind of advice are you actually giving to these women in the trade fair?
In the trade fair.
Yeah.
If I told them, would they still come? Okay, but we will be talking about emotional intelligence. We feel that where you are able to empathize, where you are able to put yourself in the shoe of the other person, the way you would speak with the person is different from when you're just about yourself. So we're going to say to both, we're not only expecting women to come, we also want men to come. We also want the youth to come. So we're saying to you, when you are communicating about issues, you should rather consider this other person's perspective. You should look at the issues and not the person. There are certain salient issues that where you deal with the issue and not the person, it's easier to deal with. But most times we talk, maybe the tone, what we say, how we say what we say can trigger issues. I can say something to you and you don't get angry. And funky grandma says the same thing to you. But maybe the way she has said it triggers an emotion. And I like to always say that your reaction is you. Yes. There's an analogy I like to give. I say if you're going on the road and you see a madman and he spits at you, what will you do? What will you do?
That's a big question.
Now I'm asking now, what will you do?
I think I'll run.
Okay. But if it were your partner who does the same thing, what would you do?
But I know that one is being done under clear, so I'm going to react.
Okay, so you can react, you can choose to react differently. Because it's actually the same. Yes, it is.
Seriously?
Yes.
Is it different?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your reaction.
Of yesterday?
No.
Your reaction of yesterday or the reaction of
the circumstance. The circumstance.
Reaction to that action.
Your reaction to the circumstance, to the situation. It's the same situation. Okay, but maybe because it's different people and so you've reacted differently. But the reaction is yours.
Okay. So I get this.
You could choose to react from the perspective of why did you do that? Rather than you spit, I spit.
Okay. I get this message. And this is very important coming at this time because we have high level of domestic violence in our society today.
True.
It's very important, like Mfon said, it's always better to treat this thing from the root. Instead of every day we think of your husband slaps you, you slap back, because I think that's what parents tell their children these days. That's what mothers tell their parents, their daughters especially. I've been able to tolerate your father treating me like this. You must not tolerate the same thing. All right, so children grow up with this notion, and when they get into this family, once a man taps you, even if it's a serious slap or we try to all right, so since we are treating this from the root, what is the solution?
Okay, answer. First of all, just like I said, I don't want us to dwell on crime and the law now.
Okay.
Now, so I just want us here to talk about being better people. Because when you are a better person, to yourself, you'll be a better person at your place of work, in your home, in your church, and everywhere you find yourself.
True.
Now, my brother, she's going to laugh, but I'm very big on childhood trauma.
Geez.
Okay, so I am going to explain and say why. We are all a product of habit. Actually, studies have shown that the decisions we take are 60% more habit than logic. Now, so habits, how are they formed? The mindset, this thing of violence, how did it form? Just like you said, when a child grows up in, Osinachi's husband grew up in a home. That thing did not just stand. It did not just start. So he learned from somewhere to react violently. And I tell you, it is learned from the cradle. So going back to childhood trauma, I used to think growing up that trauma was, I was never molested. My father didn't, I didn't have any of those issues. I didn't have any of those kind of things that they didn't found pepper and all those kind of things. But I've come to realize that trauma is also the things that should have happened to us that did not happen.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
if my parents were not there for me emotionally, that is trauma. If I was shut up, that is trauma. If I was always criticized, that is trauma. If I was loved as a child only when I perform right, that is trauma. So you see, I grew up to be a people person, because if I don't do right, you will not love me. Do you wonder why women can't live abusive marriages? Now, if you want to go into that, sometimes they tie the love from behaving right. It's a trauma issue. That's why it's difficult to see a woman live at home, because sometimes she doesn't even know what else to do. So when you come from homes where the day you take fifth, what happened to the person that took first? The day you managed to take first, how come you did not win 5 awards? Everything is critical. You grow up trying to be an overperformer. So when you see someone that is over busy, I am a workaholic, it's trauma, my darling. Like it or not, it's trauma. For people, because we were abandoned emotionally, we learned. You see, this thing they call personality, I say, is coping mechanism that has not been updated. Because when you were shut up as a child, you have to do for a way to cope. That's why some people lie. Because they were afraid of consequences. So they become liars. I mean, it's not the fault. Good morning, you have to lie because it's not the fault. Now, it's trauma. When you see someone that is very rude, you see this lady that I must prove who am I, it's trauma. So that's why I tell them sometimes that, look, extend this. Because of where she's coming from. So I can't ask for help because I was abandoned emotionally. Right? So I feel that if I ask for help, I am vulnerable. So I cannot show vulnerability because I have to be right. So I grew up being a perfectionist. Now, caretaker syndrome, right? Especially for those that are first daughters. Go and look after your brother. As your brother, as this one. So this child was given the responsibility of the home at some of them as young as 8. This is a child leading a child. So if your brother spills water, it's on you. If your 2-year-old younger than brother do not eat, it's on you. So that taking care of syndrome, it really happens with their dads, with the first daughters. Now you go with that mentality, you will bail out your husband because that is what you know. And at that point, so the women are getting overwhelmed now. So my question is, it goes back to the root. It's not about solving if we don't get it down. So as a person, that is where emotional intelligence is going to come in. But some of us don't want to do it. We don't want to admit that there was anything wrong with our childhood.
You know, sorry to cut you in. I would also feel that sometimes it's from a place of the lack of knowledge. Now you say all of this because you know this. For some people, they don't even know that these are issues. So that's why we're saying, come to us.
But how will the person, if they don't know this as an issue, how would they even come in the first place? Because you need to understand there's a problem before you start to seek help. So what circumstance should make someone come seek for help in your shop?
Okay, so now, so this is what I'm saying. Everybody go back and reflect, introspect. That's what I'm saying. This is not just about domestic violence. This is about you as a person. Nancy, if except you don't tell yourself the truth, right? You know where you are, what your weaknesses are. But you see, like, part of the trauma is that we don't take responsibility. Every other person is the wrong person. I am the only one that is right. There's a proverb that it's more of an evil proverb, but I like it, that says that even 4 market days, you quarrel, right? You have a quarrel in the market for 3 market days out of 4. You are the problem.
Deep.
So you go to a place of work, everybody's the hater. Right now social media has the word, everybody's the hater. You think there's nothing wrong? So every other person is wrong. Right. So the thing now is, take an assessment of your last year, or even of your last month, of the first quarter. How did I fare in the first quarter? In my place of work, would I have done better? So you procrastinate. You have gotten 3 queries. Why did you get 3 queries? Because you didn't submit your job on time. But you see, your boss that hates you. Not the fact that you come to work late, you have a problem with time management. Not that you didn't send me your report. Oh, you should have pardoned me. So you make excuses for what? For
taking action.
So sit down and reflect, really, as a person.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mama. I don't know if you want to come in here.
Now, I was actually trying to think over this topic and what exactly I and Mighty want to talk about. The issue of red flags. Let me bring that down.
Okay.
From the beginning, like, I love what you just said, that sometimes we women from childhood given the different responsibilities by our parents, especially our dad, make us to start taking care of our husbands. Cover them up as well. Lead them directly when they will not hear you. Stand in for them when they've done wrong. Move in here and cover his weaknesses. Go there and cover the other side if it's showing. Speak positively about him, so that he will not be the bad one in the society. So when they were courting, the husband and the wife, she must have seen
some of these things.
She must have seen some red flags. For instance, somebody like me, so many red flags. Oh, this cup, that I overlooked everyone. Not because my parents even used me to make sure I cover, because I'm the 8th child out of 10. So I never, I just loved and
Overload.
Cup overflow. The red flags, my eye know this. I'm not ashamed to say that, because for we women, like you earlier said, that they hide some stuff. They don't want to bring it out so that you will not see the excess of weaknesses that they have. A lot of people have weaknesses, try to cover up, especially in marriages that we are now complaining. So much violence, so much violence, so much violence. Where have we been when it started? Where have we been? You want to go to bed, your husband comes in very late and first of all gives you a slap on the bed. And you smile and laugh and say, Coco, leave this thing. A lot of things happen that we tolerate, we compromise unnecessarily. We're not supposed to do that. So that already showed the weakness of women. So now that we're even fighting for them, violence here and there, some of them are still defending their husbands. Some of them are still hiding it.
Trauma.
Even after
Trauma.
even after going in front to deliver the problem.
Trauma.
And at the end, come tomorrow, madam, okay?
Madam never comes. You're saying come tomorrow, madam, and madam never comes.
Never comes back.
Lawyer, am I settled, Udo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of that, right?
Yes. So it is not encouraging at all. Okay. And women too are not ready to stand for themselves. So where we should start from is how to train the women.
That's what the trade fair is about for us.
All right. So before you react to 40 Grandma's discussion or question there. All right. Thanks for being there. So we still have the lawyers in the house, and we're discussing what will be going down on their show coming up soon. Talking about taking care of this domestic issues we have in our society today, how to cope them instead of looking for solution all the time. What do we do to stop these problems from occurring in the first place? And Funky Mama has just raised a very vital topic there, talking about women who tend to shield their husbands even when they see the obvious going wrong, but they still do not want to expose their husband. Even when these husbands are being exposed and brought to the authority, they go back to beg and say, we will settle these things in the house. It's a family matter and all that. So I would like Mfon to react to what Funky Mama had said. Okay.
I'm not going to dwell on trauma anymore, but I want to introduce a new concept.
Okay.
And that is mindset and programming.
Mindset
and programming. It's an offshoot of trauma, but let me not use trauma so that people don't run away from when they hear trauma. But mindset and programming, just like I said earlier, we are a product of habit. Okay. And how are habits formed? By the information that we've processed from our childhood to our environment. Okay. Now, so what Funky Grandmother said, it's an identity issue. My growing up to this age and not realizing who I am now is what is responsible until I know me for me and think I am enough for me. I would always second guess myself. I will always feel I'm not good enough. Have you seen a child that knows the answer in class and can't speak up? Why? Because the child was shut up. The child is not sure. He knows the answer, but is afraid of speaking up so that she will not be criticized and laughed at. So it starts from there, and we lose self-esteem. Okay. 90% of the problem with women is that we do not have self-confidence and self-esteem. So because of that, we would always need validation from somebody else. Because of that, my husband is the end to a means. He's my Odogu. Right? So he's the Lord and Master. Right? And this product for one to me, she considers a feel and buys it. It's all programming. Now, we are going to, I hope we have time to get towards financial, but let me throw this in. So, how are we programmed? In 3 ways: verbal, modeling, right? And by personal experience. So, mindset, it's what you heard all the time. Now, do you know why we cannot save money? Why we have a problem with money? Because I'm still being affected by that. Now, naturally I'll try to interpret it, but I'm going on from a fiber now. Well, cow from weight, home weight, that is go to school, come out, work and earn money. A lot of us have the wages mentality. Okay. It's difficult for me as I am now. See, I'm also a student of this thing I'm trying to say, to have the entrepreneurial mindset. And Funky Grandmother, you get wealthy from profit and not wages. As long as I depend on government to pay me, which is what I was trained to believe on, I would always count. I would always live paycheck to paycheck. Programming. Now, so for some of us, that's what I'm saying, you need knowledge. Now, but you see, some of us are not willing to do the work. Unfortunately, I'm going to bring this in. Like I said, we are not a Christian. Look at it as a literature. Jesus said, in the volume of what was written of me, what is written of you? I have told you on this show before that every woman, the core of every woman is faith.
Is what?
Faith.
Okay.
Which is your religion. Like I said, if you are, if you believe in, you are believing whatever you believe in. But you need to know that you are more than this being, this person that you are seeing here. That my creator finished that work and said, this is good. That I am wonderfully made. So it doesn't matter whether you think I'm beautiful or not, as long as I believe I am beautiful. As long as I believe that I can do all things, that is all that matters. So, but here we were both being told, the video, keep quiet, you are blockhead, you are this. So you grew up thinking I am not good enough. Programming 1. Programming 2 is modeling. What did your parents model to you? So what, just like you said, Frankie grandmother, what's the parental relationship from that home? Was the mother not building up the father? Now, the apple really was not far from the tree. Now, there's a story of a guy that asked his wife, why do we cut corn into two? To cook. And she was like, I don't know. All right. My mom used to be like that. So, my mom was around for me. Mom, why are we cutting corn into two? Why did I don't know my mother did it that way. Thank God grandma was still alive. And they called grandma because they wanted to get to. I mean, there's no why. And grandma said, so they called grandma, and grandma said, because my pot was small.
Oh.
Now, so we transitioned from a grandmother in 1950 who could afford only a little pot to people that now live in affluence. But the wife is still cutting corn into two. It's programming, ma. Personally, I grew up seeing my mom cook white beans, the one we call iron. I didn't see another type of beans, and by default, I buy only white beans till now. Programming. So it just shows you that we're a product. So until I decide to say, look, these are the negative patterns in my life. What do I do? Right? So which is why I said the sons of Issachar understood the times and season by knowledge. You need to seek knowledge. The Bible says, buy the truth. But we rather buy Boom Street. We rather buy iPhone 16. Pay for courses. Now we all think it's in it. That once I get married, I understand what it means to be a successful wife and mother, entrepreneur. People are not reading. What are the trends? How are other people growing their businesses? Right? We're not doing that. We're just being at the mediocre level. But I really don't blame us. It goes back to programming. What is the programming? It's easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to heaven. So already my mentality is already here. No, I'm going to ask a question, Nancy. When you hear this Bible story, the rich man and Lazarus, who do you resonate with?
I can't think of it.
No, just I need to. I want you to be. I want you to be rich man. Yes. No, I want you to be practical. And I mean, when we're talking about heaven, we're talking about the rich man, and we're talking about the Lazarus. I mean, with heaven, we always resonate with Lazarus. Why? Because we are programmed to think that. Now they say no. That you are now talking about now you have grown. Now they say the money is the root of all evil. But the Bible says the love of, not money. Right? So we now look at it as if, I should resonate with Lazarus. But I tell people there was a man called Joseph of Arimathea who went to the authority and said, give me the body of Jesus. At that time, Jesus was considered in quotes the hardened criminal. If Joseph of Arimathea was not a big boy, power and influence, would he have dared? So why do I think that as a Christian, which I am, I should be the Lazarus eating the crumbs from the rich man's field? Why can't I think that I deserve to be Joseph of Arimathea? Who can go to Tinubu and say, give me Ibaka deep sea?
All right. Now, with this ideology, with this mentality, and you go into marriage, what do you think will happen?
What ideology now?
What you've just mentioned, seeing yourself as this is me, this is what I want, and going for it.
I didn't want to say that.
No, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead.
You're not talking enough.
Okay, I was going to say that we would raise a generation of young boys and girls, men and women, when they grow up, who will be able to speak for themselves, who will be able to be who they are.
Stand for themselves.
Yes, that sometimes purpose, we say, is when you don't know purpose, you can't fulfill it. But where from, like she said, the grooming and all, you just feel like for you to be successful, this is the limit. For you to be successful, you just have to be, for women, most women, we feel that to be a successful woman, you must be maybe married. Yes, I do want to, but you must be married and you must be submissive. And so where all of this knowledge is acquired now, we would learn where she has the kind of person she has spoken about. We would be able to raise children, people who would fulfill purpose. Because I believe at the end of the day, after all said and done, we have been placed on earth to do something, to impact lives.
I agree.
So if you're on earth and because of your existence, people are not getting better, then you're not fulfilling purpose. And so there are things you need to unlearn, relearn to fulfill that. Then we should go ahead. We should encourage that. And that is all FIDA is saying. Come to us, hear what we have to say. That it doesn't have to get to the point where we go to the courts to fight these custody issues. It doesn't have to get to the point where money is causing strife at home. You can be wealthy and still be a Christian and still be a good, submissive wife.
Yeah.
So are you guys taking the position of counselors, psychologists? I need to know.
Oh yeah, we do all of that already.
Okay.
We do all of that. I do a lot of counseling and psychology on my
That's
deck.
part of FIDA, right?
That's part of mediation. There's not how you mediate, yes, because there are situations that you see, and you know that if this girl just has a little more emotional intelligence, this marriage will not be in trouble. Okay, let me give you act a little play. And someone comes to you and says, oh, okay, his mom doesn't like me. I don't want to, man, I'm acting this part now. I don't want to say she's a witch, but she behaves like a witch. And then the man, before me, so we got this matter to FIDA, and the man said, don't speak about my mother like that. And this was the reaction. If I do, what will you do? Now, I look at her and I'm like, madam, you are before me. You brought this matter to FIDA. Even in conducting yourself, I expect a better conduct. So if this is how you behave here, now, I can imagine how you behave at home. First of all, now this is what I said to her. You indirectly called your mother-in-law. You see what I didn't call her? I said, no. You just said, I don't want to call her a witch, but she behaves like a witch. Go back to what Imo said. Communication.
Okay.
Right? Now, you have gotten to the point of calling names. Your conversation now is without salt. This peace is a skill from the grandmother. You have to build in it. See, peace is not in it. You have to build a peace system in your home. If you don't do it, Jesus said, he was coming to Jerusalem and he said, oh, because you don't know what to do for the peace of Jerusalem, that peace has eluded you. When the peace has eluded you, you will live with the consequences of your actions. This is what I'm trying to say. Now, I need us to understand something, and I want to be very clear about this. I'm a FIDA here, but I'm big on submission. I tell everybody, and I kid you not, the Bible never said, and quote me on it, that any wife should love a husband. It's not written in the Bible anywhere. The Bible says submit to your husband, not love.
Not love.
Why do I push that sentiment? As long as, that's why I'm pushing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to control your emotions, manage and control your emotions and the emotions of others. So why do we come out and shout? It's because we don't have emotional control. You don't have to react at that moment. That comes with logic. That's why I'm saying it's not about I love my husband, he hurts my feelings. No. When something happens, go back and reflect. Pause, evaluate, plan before you act.
Well, that's quite big when you're faced with circumstance.
The training. You see, personal development is a personal thing. You have to. That's why if he comes back to what you said. If you're on the street and someone insults you, it's your person. There are things that are beneath me. Jesus said, I cannot do this thing. So when I look at myself as royalty, I tell my children, kings don't throw themselves in the mud. So I will respond. I'm not responding to my husband really because I don't have the right to respond. But I have a legacy I'm training. So when I respond to him, I'm telling my daughter, this is the default setting. So sometimes you walk away because of the legacy we are building. And you go to him in the bedroom and say, bros, that thing when you do. Not drum again. Now what happened at that point? Anything you don't deal with at that moment, leave it to sting.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So if you call me stupid now, Nancy, as long as I'm able to walk away, right? At that moment, my response to you will not be as harsh as I would have. Yeah. So the point for each and every one of us, not just to your husband here, in your business place, have you seen people talk to their customers? I worked in a bank for over 10 years before I got into the civil service. And the first thing they tell you, the customer is always right. So the customer says, this foolish girl, and you say, sorry sir, why can't we employ the same thing at home? Honor is customer service brought home. So if that customer that has just 2,000 naira balance, scruffy looking man, can tell you, madam, I've been waiting here. Are you okay? Are you stupid? And I'm telling him, sorry, sir. So why can't I employ the same tactics of my Udo? Everything is mindset.
Now I understand. Now I understand where you're going with this, and it's good. It's a good thing you're saying all of this. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now we have just very few minutes, but I would like us to talk about the most cases you have in your organizations. Okay. You know, when it comes to violence in household, not just domestic violence. What are the most common cases that you're always confronted with in your organization?
I think a common type of violence that we don't even realize sometimes is emotional violence. Okay. There's a way you treat somebody who has to live with you. Some do the silent treatment, some condescending tone, the way you talk to, or that too is a form of violence that is not often seen as violence. Sometimes we think it has to be physical to be violent. Okay. That's also deprivation. You know, this person is dependent on you for certain needs. And so you
sexual also.
But true, deprivation. So okay, but I was going to talk about financial deprivation. Okay. So you know, this person is dependent on you for these needs. And so because maybe the person is not behaving the way you want the person to, so you deprive the person of that need. That is a form of abuse.
Either way?
Yes, either way. My author talked about, say it with your mouth. Sexual deprivation.
Okay. Virgin in my maternity. What happened to them last time I talked? Okay. Sexual abuse. Okay, so I said that.
Okay. So that's another form of abuse. Then sometimes to
you get a lot of that from also.
So explain it. You know, I sit at the table also. I'm going to give you how it goes. It goes like barrister. No one near me. It's like I eat. This my wife does not allow me to touch her. So we have a lot of that against our gender, which is the weapon that our women use a lot. But just like I said to them, I said before you try to do you communicate since morning, do you guys, you don't just come back and and so we have a lot of money, sex, and two of the main issues. But like I said, it all goes down to communication. So you hear something like, she doesn't appreciate me. Whatever I do, she doesn't appreciate it. And I've actually asked a woman before, have you ever said thank you to your husband? She says no to me because it will get into his head, programming. So These men also have their stories. Yes, where I have a colleague that is not here, I call the male advocate. Because when you go through these things, you also see a lot of gaps in my gender. And we wish, like I said, I do counseling, we wish that they will know better. But you see, Titus 2 says the older women should teach the younger women how to love their husband. But we are not doing that anymore in the society because the older women come out to trend. I will take that shit from a man. Now this man threw you out of the house.
Okay. Oh, we'll just mind our language or national TV.
No, which part of it is wrong? Shit. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Alright, your message is quite clear, but we'll have just 2 minutes.
Okay.
And in these 2 minutes, I would like you to tell us who should come to your office for advice.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yes, major mandate is the protection and the preservation of the rights of women and children. But we have seen that women and children dwell in a society with men. And so where we educate that's the women folk, and we don't extend it to the men, there'll still be a problem. So it is open to everybody, young men, old men, young women, old women, the youth, everybody is welcome to come to us.
Okay, and I like the fact that this is free, right?
Yes, it is free. It is free and confidential.
The confidential. Okay, nice. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
We've been very educated with the insight and everything, and I really, really, really appreciate what you women do. It's not easy. I know you've seen a lot. You've seen a whole lot, and there's this perception people have about your organization that they tend to, talk about breaking homes. When you're coming to FIDA for advice or help, it always ends in separation and all that. Are you here debunking that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Just like highly confidential. If not the right mentioned name, but it's confidential. Yes, but I'm debunking that.
And you have success stories of
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Oh, that's great. We don't have enough time. I would have loved to hear some of those stories. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah. And I know, you just
It's been on one of our shows.
no. Maybe
a
she looks like someone.
very long time, but not very recently.
Yeah.
Maybe she looks like one of the guests we had. Okay. All right, Funky Grandma, we have to go. All right, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. I hope you've gathered 1 or 2 things from what we have discussed. We'll see you again tomorrow with another very interesting topic. Till then, bye-bye from all of us.